I really think it goes a long time back. It goes about 80 years back when the company decided to reposition the brand essentially from utility to lifestyle. And ever since then we've put the customer center stage. And ever since then we've seen that space as, yes, delivering great product and building good motorcycles, but also creating great experiences for our customers to live the brand more properly. So from that on, when we steered away from pure product and much more into the customer centricity space, that almost by its very nature started to spark a very long time ago of people talking to one another, sharing experiences. Today, yes, we have all the digital communities, but if you think of it, that element has been around for a very long time, and I think we've just done a great job at doing the right thing for these communities. In those days, well, we've embedded it very firmly with our own customers. So we empower customers and employees to take the right decisions for the brand and to create their own experiences. So for instance, we've created Hawk, or the Harley Owners Group, and that's, today the communities are all organized online and digitally, but very, very long time back when we started Hawk in 1983, it was all about giving the consumer the power to enable experiences. So there's local Hawk chapters, the dealers, a principal or a sponsor in there. It's all tied together to build these communities. And yes, there are frameworks that allow them to move and create experiences within certain boundaries, but it essentially comes back to, well, we facilitate this experience through the product, but dear customer, you ultimately own it and you create your own experiences. So you may be surprised by this, but not much. Because quite clearly the whole experience is all about the real experience, it's about the physical experience and the engagement with the brand. As I said 20 years ago, even longer ago, that there was no Facebook and there was no YouTube and Twitter. So those things are important, we recognize it, but we see it very much as a facilitation, an additional facilitation, or you could argue almost as an accelerator of connecting people in the digital space. But ultimately, where the community lives and experiences is still locally and it's still physical with the product. It's fairly young, this whole movement within our company, the recognition of, okay, longer term we will need to create much more relevance in different audiences. It's not just about younger demographics, it's also about older demographics, and it's also about different segments of the market, for women for instance. So right now what you see is a lot in marketing communications and events where we think with the consumer in mind first rather than the product, and create relevant worlds, communication worlds, and even specific events for different audiences. It's hugely successful. It's a huge difference. So for instance, you don't think always performance first and rationality in engineering or in product development, but brand takes a very significant dimension of what will enhance the brand and what will enhance the experience overall for our customers. So it's really a very significant or a very fundamental way of looking at how you develop product, whether you look through this through a performance lens or through a brand lens. Really important are people. If you don't have the right people that share the passion for what you stand for, it's a very difficult stance to build a great brand. That's certainly one. And then have the right mix of passion and professionalism as well. So that means that you constantly would connect your own employees with whatever's happening out there in the consumer space, because I fundamentally believe that the consumer space, the organizational space and the brand space are converging quite rapidly, much more rapidly than many people think. And if you don't have the right level of alignment, noticeably through people in between, you won't build a strong brand. That's my personal argument.